I think the Bengals are a legitimate playoff threat in theory.
Now at 3-4, they're, in the hunt.
Welcome to Whiteout in Cincinnati. Red has it picked off by Logan Wilson. Bengals in their white Bengal uniforms and that white helmet. He sacks Stafford at the 12-yard line.
Man, that was beautiful.
It is absolutely electric.
It's the return of the white Bengal as the jungle turns icy Sunday afternoon. Welcome in to Bengals Weekly. I'm Marisa Contipelli. The Bengals take aim at 3 in a row as they welcome in the Philadelphia Eagles, a team they have never lost to in Cincinnati. So as we get you set for this Week 8 matchup, we had Mike on the mic as we had one of our best undercover agents mic'd up in Cleveland. We sit down with Sam Hubbard, who takes us into the film room to break down his first career interception. CBS announcer Evan Washburn joins the show to preview the first professional head-to-head matchup between Joe Burrow and Jalen Hurts. And on Countdown, I'll tell you how much Chuck was sizzling after his 100-yard kick return touchdown a week ago. But first, the Bengals were victorious in Cleveland for the first time since 2017, as Cincinnati captured its first divisional win of the season. The defense was dominant, and the offense came alive in the second half. Let's head back up 71 North and relive the Bengals' 21-14 win.
On the banks of Lake Erie as we get set for the 102nd Battle of Ohio.
We owe these guys many times over. And now this afternoon, coming up all Bengals today.
Charlie Jones catches right at the goal line. Only the kicker can tackle him. He failed to do it. Charlie Jones dives for the pylon. Touchdown!
Hey, wait a minute. Cut, baby. Come on.
On 3rd and 4, he'll look to throw. Here comes Hendrickson. He's got him. First sack of the day.
And right now, Lou Anarumo really feeling good about his defense, playing an aggressive style today against the Cleveland Browns.
The kick hooking left, and it is no good.
4th and goal from inside the 1. It's a toss to the left. Nick Chubb spins into the end zone.
How does this team respond to this kind of set of circumstances?
It's a run to the right for Chase Brown. He's got running room. Sprints to the 40, 45, 50.
Burrow to the end zone. Back shoulder to Chase. Masterful.
They have this offense rolling again.
Passes over the middle, knocked up in the air, and it is picked off by Sam Hubbard.
How about it? Damn. I see ya.
3rd down, quick cross. Higgins sprung free. Touchdown.
That's why they went zone.
He fires deep downfield, intercepted.
And this resurgent Bengals defense continues to come alive.
The Cincinnati Bengals have won 3 out of their last 4. They beat the Cleveland Browns by the final score of 21-14.
Now that you've seen the highlights, it's time to grab your popcorn and sit back and enjoy the show, because we're going to hand the mic over to Mike Hilton. He'll take it from here as a Bengals win is on the way.
Y'all know where we at, man. Beautiful day in Cleveland, Ohio. Battle of Ohio. Sit back and enjoy the show. Bengals win on the way, baby. Hey, real talk. We need it. We ain't walking out the dub now. Whatever we got to do. Hey, finish on 3. 1, 2, 3. Ah! Ah!
Here comes Hopkins. He swings the leg and thwack. We are underway. Charlie Jones catches right at the goal line and runs it out. Far side numerals to the 20, 25, 30.
Nice.
Only the kicker can tackle him. He failed to do it. 10, 5, dive for the pylon. Touchdown!
How about it?
Yeah! Yeah, 1-5. I love it, 1-5. I told you sometimes silence means we locked in. Come on now. Good to see you back out here, 2-4.
Come on, Mike! Come on, Mike! Get with us!
It's easy. It's too easy. Let's go.
On 3rd and 4, he'll look to throw. Here comes Hendrickson.
Nice.
He's got him.
Nice.
Yeah! Yes, sir, Trey! Yeah, Trey! Hey, that boy's a problem, man. That boy's a problem. He is a problem. That man is a problem.
Yes, sir. Hey, good job. Yes, sir.
That man is a problem, bro. As long as we keep stopping the run. What's up? Keep stopping the run, he gonna put that down. Put him on the ground. All I heard was the middle of the play was, yeah, Mike, I'm throwing around this Draco, man. Tell that boy, this ain't no AFC West. We play ball in the AFC North.
2nd down and 5 at the 18-yard line of Cleveland. Burrow back to throw. Passes toward the pylon.
yes,
Caught.
yes.
Jamar Chase. Touchdown.
Baby.
Bengals.
Just, nah. There you go. I seen it. In due time, baby. Oh, Trey done put it in the air. It's coming. Trey done put it in the air. It's coming.
Thompson Robinson catches. The protection is good. He fires deep downfield.
Pick it,
Intercepted at the 20. And the Bengals are running it back. Geno Stone to midfield. Now to the 40 of Cleveland. The 35 cuts back and gets tackled at the 30.
Well, coming up next, Sam Hubbard takes us into the film room to break down his first career pick. Bengals Breakdown is straight ahead here on Bengals Weekly. Bengals Weekly is brought to you by Kettering Health, the official healthcare provider of the Cincinnati Bengals. And Paycor, proud to be the official HR software provider of the Cincinnati Bengals. Welcome back to Bengals Weekly. It took into his 7th season, but Sam Hubbard finally snagged his first career interception last week in Cleveland. So we knew that we had to bring Cincinnati's own into the film room to break it all down. Here's Bengals Breakdown.
See if the Bengals defense can respond and get off the football field pronto.
All right, taking it back to last week. Close game in the second half. Right here is a pressure that we have where we send the nickel off the edge, and my alignment is dictated off the running back here. And I know the pressure's coming away. I get in a 9 technique, and I'm gonna be the drop player because we're sending 4 total people. 1, 2, and then the nickel off the edge. So I'm gonna play run first, then drop out into coverage, and my spot is right here on the hash as the curl vision player in a cover 2 defense. So I clear the run, drop out, get my depth. There's a miscommunication on offense, and tips and overthrows, we gotta get those as our sayings. And I had to use my helmet as my third hand to secure it, and that's why I feel like I could have gotten more yards, but I just wanted to make sure I had the ball, and then we take it to the end zone, down to the dog pound and celebrate. With my history as a safety, it was only right to have 1 interception in my career. I'm still looking for more, but that was something on my bucket list that just was crossed off on Sunday. That means a lot to me. Here we are, divisional game 2024 versus Baltimore. So when we get an offense pinned down like this, it's gotta equal points. So we gotta hold them down here. And right here, we decided to get aggressive. We're bringing a lot of guys. It's a 2 under 3 deep pressure. That these guys are blitzing, these guys are blitzing. Usually Jermaine here is in coverage, but he's gonna blitz off the edge, and I play technique right here. That's what they're used to. But instead, he's gonna blitz, I'm gonna do a little gap stunt and get vertical. You see the confusion it creates with these two and the fullback. So I already know what the play is when he motions over. They like to run this power play to get some yardage, to get some working room. I went vertical, showed up in a funny place where this guy has me. 42 is supposed to block me, and I'm the spill player going straight for the running back. He did not have time to gather. I just dropped my inside shoulder and shot for his legs. I knew it was gonna be a tough tackle, and that is quite the play. I saw this crazy reaction of the fans, but you can see the teammates' reaction too, the amount of energy it created. I had been through a lot to start the year, fighting through injuries, and to make a game-changing play like that just gave me all the confidence in the world. I was back, ready to work, providing a spark for my team, and that is the loudest I've heard them in a while.
The defensive line has faced its share of adversity to start the season. Sheldon Rankins and B.J. Hill each missed time due to injuries. And Sam Hubbard told us he's finally feeling back to his old self after rehabbing an injury this offseason. The last 2 weeks, the starting four has been back in the lineup, and their presence has been felt.
How about this Cincinnati defense, RJ? Maligned group through the first 5 weeks of the season. Last week, got a bunch of their defensive linemen back healthy and really for the first time played up to their normal level.
Yeah, there's no doubt. They started the season playing in their 5th and 6th deep up in that defensive line, and that's a big part of this defense.
It's tough. You know, I had a hamstring injury. It's first time really dealing with the hamstring. You know, nobody sees all the rehab, nobody sees any of that stuff. You know, all they see is the results on Sunday. So being forced to live with results that we know aren't indicative of who we are was tough. But, you know, just being able to finally get the troops back together and playing the style of defense and the brand of defense that we just feel is who we are.
It's going to be one of them tight games. Shut your jaw and playmakers. Go make plays. Got shot.
First thing we got to say is that those guys are back and healthy. You know, a lot of them guys went through a lot of adversity this year, you know, with injuries, you know, where he can't play at the highest level. So glad to just see him back out on the field.
When you got a good D-line, it helps take care of a lot of stuff, helps erase a lot of little problems. Just getting us all back healthy and ready to go, I think, is a big part of our defense.
Go to war! Trenches on 3! 1, 2, 3, trench!
Me and Trey go back, so I've always kind of understood the way he saw the game.
Here comes Hendrickson. He's got him.
Whereas, you know, getting adjusted to, you know, playing with BJ and playing, you know, next to Sam, they're both great players. They're both smart players. They both understand how to play football the right way.
Passes over the middle, knocked up in the air, and it is picked off by Sam Hubbard.
You know what, I would tell him, hey, thank you, man, because he's given me some great memories.
Begins scrambling left, and he will be sacked by Sheldon Rankins.
It's awesome. I love having him. We're kind of different, you know what I'm saying? Like, he's more on the quieter side, and I'm more, you know, crazy, I guess you could say. But it's awesome. I learned so much from him.
You know, when you play defensive line, each and every time you put your hand in the dirt, it's a violent collision. And you have to own that. We get him out of the way and we gonna make the plays. You know, all the plays that are made start with us, end with us, and we take pride in that.
Well, when we return, we check in with Evan Washburn, who will be on the sidelines for our White Bengal game. Eagles vs. Bengals preview is up next, here on Bengals Weekly. Welcome back to Bengals Weekly. The Bengals welcome in the Eagles to Paycor Stadium for the first time since 2016, as Joe Burrow goes head-to-head with Jalen Hurts for the first time in the pros, as both Philly and Cincinnati bring in a 2-game win streak. Evan Washburn will be on the sidelines this Sunday as he now joins Dan Horde.
Our guest this week is Evan Washburn, who will be on the sideline for CBS this Sunday. Your CBS crew with Ian Eagle and Charles Davis has been assigned to quite a few Bengals games in recent years. What do you enjoy when you get assigned to a Cincinnati game?
I enjoy places like Paycor on a big-time game day because when you can feel it as you walk, that's when you know you're in a juiced environment. And you definitely get that in Cincy. I've seen this place at its zenith in big-time playoff moments and big-time regular season games, and then at some of its downtimes. And when this place is juiced and rocking, it's as good a game day as there is.
Your crew covered the season opener against the Patriots. Were you surprised when the Bengals got off to a slow start?
Surprised would be putting it lightly, Dan. I was shocked. And not just because of what I saw in training camp. I think it only further cements the idea that while the results matter in week one, it's not at all what a team is.
Let's look a little more specifically at the matchup, beginning with the Bengals defense against Philadelphia's offense. What must the Bengals defense do to hold Philly in check?
Well, I think it starts up front, and it's why it's exciting to see that Cincinnati has gotten healthy across that defensive line. When I watch Philly, it's not overly complex in terms of the run game. It's just that they feel like they could beat you up front. So that's kind of one of those things we'll see early, Dan, like who's winning that line of scrimmage.
On the other side of the ball, Philly is 7th in points allowed. They sacked the Giants 8 times last week. What must Burrow and company do to be successful this Sunday?
I think getting the ball out quick is going to be key. I'm really excited to see Slay matching up. Is it going to be Chase or T? As much as it is about that line of scrimmage in this game on both sides, I am excited to see some of those matchups too. And this was a 425 game for a reason.
I know Bengals fans look forward to it when Ian, Charles, and you are part of the broadcast team for a Bengals game. Best of luck this week, and thanks so much for the time.
You too, Dan. Always enjoy it.
Blue Day Nation, it's time to recognize our high school coaches. Nominate your coach for the Bengals Coach of the Week, presented by Paycor. Visit Bengals.com/Coach of the Week for more information.
Coming up next, it's Contipelli's Countdown, where I'll tell you where Jermaine Pratt and Logan Wilson rank among defenders in the league. Stay with us here on Bengals Weekly.
Bengals Weekly is brought to you by your local Kia dealers. Visit Kia.com to discover movement that inspires. And Alta Fiber, the official Wi-Fi and internet provider of the Cincinnati Bengals.
Charlie Jones razzled and dazzled when he took the opening kick in Cleveland to the house for his first career kick return touchdown. It only took him 12 seconds to run from one goal line to the other as Chuck sizzled his way into the record books.
The 100-yard kick return touchdown was the third under the NFL's new dynamic kickoff and currently stands as the longest kick return touchdown in the league this season. It's also the first by a Bengal in 4 seasons, and it's the 13th time it's happened in Cincinnati history. Jones took an 81-yard punt return to the house last season, joining Lamar Parrish as the only Bengals with both a kick and punt return touchdown in team history. Well, the win over Cleveland marked the third in the last 4 games for the Bengals, as every victory on the season has been by 7 or more points. On defense, Lou's crew held the Giants and the Browns to 14 or fewer points, making it the first time the Bengals have done this in back-to-back games since 2021. And Cincinnati will debut the White Bengal for the first time in 2024 as they look to continue their streak. The team is 4-0 all-time when donning the White Bengal helmets. Now, the two Wranglers in the middle of the defense have been stuffing the stat sheets. Entering Week 8, Jermaine Pratt and Logan Wilson each have 71 tackles on the season, tying them for third most in the league. In Week 7, Sam Hubbard became the first Bengal since 2018 to record a sack, an interception, and force a fumble in the same game. And on the season, Mike Hilton's 88.8 PFF grade against the run is the best among all corners. Well, when it comes to the offense, the Bengals are the only team in the league with 2 players averaging 65 or more receiving yards per game this season, in T. Higgins and Jamar Chase. And the duo has been lethal since Week 4, as their combined 707 receiving yards is the most in a league by a pair of teammates, as they are 2 of only 5 players with 300 or more receiving yards and 3 or more receiving touchdowns in that time frame as well. And we'll see some brotherly love on the field this Sunday, as Chase Brown will square off with his brother Sidney on the Eagles. This marks the first time ever in NFL history that twin brothers will match up against one another, as Sidney was drafted by Philadelphia in the 3rd round last year. Both Philadelphia and Cincinnati enter this contest on a 2-game win streak, but the Bengals hold the upper hand in the all-time head-to-head matchup, bringing in a 714 win percentage. The Eagles have never won in Cincinnati, as their .286 win percentage against the Bengals is their worst against any opponents.
Contipelli's Countdown is brought to you by your local Kia dealers. Discover what happens when rugged capability meets true performance. To learn more, visit Kia.com. Kia, movement that inspires.
It's now time for this week's Kettering Health Fantasy Report. T. Higgins logged his 4th straight game in double figures after his 4 receptions for 82 yards and a touchdown vaulted him as the highest scoring Bengal in Week 7 with over 18 points. The Bengals defense had another stellar outing, this time scoring 15 fantasy points, good for 4th highest among all defense and special teams units for the week. It was highlighted by Charlie Jones's kick return touchdown. And for the Eagles, Saquon Barkley had a revenge game against his former team in Week 7, rushing for 176 yards and a touchdown for over 26 fantasy points. On the season, Barkley is averaging 22 points per game.
Thanks for tuning in to Bengals Weekly. Our White Bengal game presented by Swift Meats against the Eagles is coming up. For Dan Horde and our entire crew, I'm Marisa Contipelli. We'll see you next week.
Bengals Weekly was brought to you by Paycor, proud to be the official HR software provider of the Cincinnati Bengals. AltaFiber, the official Wi-Fi and internet provider of the Cincinnati Bengals. And Kettering Health, the official healthcare provider of the Cincinnati Bengals.